Hey guys, it's Alex, and I'm back with another episode. Today, I'm going to be drawing a human this time, which is kind of interesting for me because I'm not really great at drawing humans, and I kind of stay away from them in my art a little bit. I'm always told that I need to draw more humans and get into learning how to draw them. So this is my attempt at drawing a human. This piece was inspired by a drawing I saw a while back by another artist. They were sharing a work in progress image of their kind of character. We didn't really get much context about the character, just that they felt something was off about the character. And when I saw the character, I thought it looked really, really cool, and it inspired me to think of a cool character I could make that was based on a book series I used to read. So this character is called the Daughter of Hermes. This is not a canon character or anything. It's a character I just made up inspired by the Percy Jackson series I used to read a lot growing up. And if you're not familiar with that book series, basically in a nutshell, the book is about Greek gods, monsters, and heroes set in modern day. These heroes are known as half-bloods. Basically, demigod teenagers using their half-blood abilities to defend, defeat, survive, and just journey through the world, fighting different mythical creatures, monsters, and legends. And that's as far as I'm going to say just about it. The book series. I don't want to spoil anything, so you can check it out if you want to, but we're going to keep moving on. This is going to be a rather quick piece, as I don't really have confidence in drawing humans and how they work exactly. I'm still trying to study them and figure them out. For me, personally, I prefer drawing creatures, monsters, dragons, all sorts of stuff. Mythical animals and all that sort of stuff make more sense to me than humans do. So I don't really touch on humans too often. In reality, in real life, I'm kind of an introvert, so humans aren't, my thing most of the time, hanging out with people. So I honestly prefer animals in my workflow and just general. With that said, let's talk about some of the equipments I gave her. I kind of had the idea of giving her a gladiator helmet as something that she could wear on her head for protection, and it was also a fun kind of tie-in to a study I did recently. It was also another Art Wad challenge where we were supposed to pick some gear from a photo, and so I picked out this helmet, which I thought kind of reminded me of Hermes' helmet. So I painted it so it would have some wings, and it was a lot of fun playing with the material. So back to our drawing here, I thought it would be fun to kind of take this study and then build up on it. I've heard a lot of artists talk about when you're doing studies, it's important to apply it, not just, studying the object and getting that information, but like applying it back to one of your drawings or what you're working on, so that you're actively using it, maybe not completely referencing the original reference, but like taking what you learned and exploring that idea in your piece. I had a lot of fun designing the helmet and giving it the little wings and stuff on the top. Moving down, we kind of designed some other aspects. She's got like a jacket, which is going over her chest plate kind of piece. Then she's got some gauntlets, along with a sword and shield. It was a lot of fun trying to design these and get them to kind of fit in with the design. Finally, she's got basically some Hermes socks. The original idea was on Pinterest. I saw this really cool image. It was of this magic boot set, which literally looked like a pair of like Hermes boots with the wings and everything, but the boots were rendered in a way that it looked like kind of like a pair of socks. And I thought that was kind of funny, like maybe her father Hermes, for her birthday, he gave her, instead of like a shoebox with flying shoes in it, he kind of ran out of those, so he gave her a set of flying socks. And it would be funny just like her reaction playing out of like, I got socks, what? And it ends up being one of her most useful equipment that she uses to help her survive, because she can kind of fly or glide away from danger, or it helps her with her mobility and getting to different places. And then I thought another funny aspect was on her jacket, you can still see the little tag on there. If you read through the books, you kind of see like some of the characters end up raiding some gift shops just to get some like regular clothing, just to kind of blend in and hide, because they're kind of hiding from monsters and also the law enforcement sometimes. So I thought that would be a funny kind of Easter egg to kind of leave in there. With our character here, I wasn't very confident in the pose, so I ended up reworking it a bit. I ended up drawing a completely new pose to kind of build off of what I created initially. Thing about art is I often find I get better with art with repetition. That's just how I learn. So when I build up something and I feel like I'm satisfied with it, and then I come back and I look at it and I'm like, it looks terrible. I will often just redraw the whole thing, and 9 times out of 10, it looks even better because I learned something and now I'm building on top of that, making it better. I am still planning on taking humans on more seriously and learning them. I know I promised in a couple videos ago that my next video on the ArtWad review would be on their human section because I don't know humans and I need to learn them and understand them. And I'm still working on that. I've got some B-roll of me going through the lessons and stuff. I'm still going through the class and trying to build up the motivation to continue because honestly, with ArtWad, I've hit a little bit of a roadblock in motivation where grinding doesn't really seem like that much fun, but coming up with these cool character designs for my different creatures and all sorts of stuff has been just a real blast. But back on track. So the second pose, I feel it's a lot better. There's still a lot of stuff that is wrong with it, like proportions and figuring out positioning and all that sort of jazz. But I thought it was cool enough to leave in. It's another pose option, which I ended up deciding not to color. I decided to go back to the main pose because there's still something there that I really connected with. This is not a great drawing, honestly, in my opinion. I could have done a lot better if I knew how to do humans and how to make things better. So I'll be putting this artwork up for critique later on in a couple Discords of mine to just see what I got wrong and how to fix stuff, or how to fix her eye positioning so it looks natural, and how to go from there. Now, as we bring the piece to a close, we're getting into the rendering on this character. This was one of my favorite parts. I just like rendering in general. I think I have a bit of a knack for painting in my own eyes. I mean, I'm not the best painter in the world or anything. I just like putting colors down and playing with reflections and just making something feel like an actual material, like metal or fabric or different stuff like that. This drawing was kind of a downer for me, as I don't have confidence in humans, so this is as far as I could go with it looking like a human. There's just little details that I don't understand about them, like anatomy and all that other jazz that really goes into making a good looking human drawing. Humans, they're weird. And with that, everything's gonna start coming to a close here, and I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Just wanted to make this video pretty short. I don't have too much to say. And with that, I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next episode.